Well, hello, everybody. Maria Grossbaum from Abissima is here with a new, fun, and very relaxing tutorial. In this class, we are going to create beautiful, colorful landscape with some hills, clouds, and three-dimensional pebbles. Everyone can do this class, no matter what level of experience you have. Come and join me and let's create a beauty. No matter if you don't have all the materials that I'm using, there is always a substitution. This is what I'm going to use. So there is koi watercolors, but you could use any type of water-based colors like gouache, inks, tempera, acrylic inks, this type of paints. Everything but not the oil paints. The hot glue gun, I'm going to use gold leaf and the mirror effect, so any type of gold leaf imitation is good. Different sizes of brushes, cardboard, I think I mentioned this, a masking tape. I'm going to use gilding paste to glue the gold leaf, but if you don't have it, no worries, any type of school glue is gonna work. The sprinklers, and then also for metal effect, it's good to have at least one pigment. It could be metal acrylic or gouache or anything else. In my case, I'm going to use gold Newton ink. So I suggest to start with a relatively small size of watercolor paper because I want you to understand the technique, and then when you feel confident you can switch to a bigger scale. So I'm just dividing my paper to two parts, and then I'm going just to tear off one of it and then I will use it. But first thing first, I'm going to glue it on, not to glue it, but with the masking tape I'm going to attach it to a cardboard. Then for positioning only, I'm going to use a small piece of masking tape, and after that I will create a frame. Now when you apply masking tape on the paper, make sure that your frame is equal from all four sides. So here is our model painting, and I hope you like it because we are going to use it as reference. Now when you look at it, it looks very complicated. There's so much going on, so many colors, patterns, pebbles, backgrounds, everything. It might look complicated and intimidating. Not to worry. Please, please, please. Here's the secret. It is necessary to separate everything by layers. The first layer is colorful background, and this is going to be our first step. Then when the background dries, we can start creating details like hills. Then we will create clouds, and then we will work on pebbles. So let's go step by step. Most importantly is to create it in the most relaxed, most meditative mood. Then everything is going to be just fine. Don't forget to have some fun. So I'm using darker colors from my palette, and it is important to make sure that colors blending together, and having your background wet is very helpful. You could rotate and change the angle of the cardboard and let the colors nicely bleed. Again, there are no rules, and it really doesn't matter what colors you are using. What is important is that it looks interesting enough to your eye. Okay, I think that looks quite interesting, and I will put it aside to dry. If you are really eager to continue, you could use hair dryer to speed up the process. Okay, my background is dry and ready, and let's take a look again what happened in the model painting. And there is a pattern that I've created with pebbles and some lines that are indicating the heels. I rotated my painting to horizontal position for your convenience because the screen is wide, but actually my painting is vertical. So I'm creating a pattern of heels. The heels are these pointy, curvy lines that are made of mix of darker tones and water. For more organic look, I suggest to use same tones as you used on the background, just slightly darker. These lines could be created with only one color or a few colors, blended with each other. And for more control, it's easier to use thin brush. I'm totally improvising, but if it's easier for you to create first a contour with a pencil, then just go for it. So I have these wavy lines, and I will add some more, and I will also add some circles that will actually be painted pebbles. Pebbles and more lines. If you feel that improvising is not easy for you, if you feel that you don't have enough confidence, you can totally copy my design. Well, so now when I have my painting in a vertical position, I can see how things are coming together. So this is how I see my design. On the upper part, I want to have heels, curvy lines, and then towards the bottom part, I want to have more and more pebbles in different sizes and different shapes and different colors. I also discovered, and I want to share it with you, that the pattern looks more interesting when objects, in this case the pebbles and the lines, are not touching each other. As you can see, they are close to each other, but they never touch. There's always a tiny distance between them. So here is just to show you one more time the lines, and then towards the bottom there is more pebbles. I'm going to speed up the video because you know exactly what I'm doing right now, and I want to focus on the bottom part and create more heels, more pebbles to add more colors. Of course, you can totally follow exactly same elements as I'm using, but You're also more than welcome to create your own design and try different shapes, different combinations of colors. Because you know what, I think when you improvise, when you have enough confidence to improvise, it leads to your creative uniqueness and authenticity. For this project, I chose koi watercolors because of their beautiful metal pigments. They look absolutely stunning, especially in combination with solid colors. Please don't worry if you don't have them. Underneath this video there will be a list of supplies including koi watercolors with link to Amazon store. But if you're really eager to achieve similar effect with metallic pigments, you could use any metal water-based colors like metal inks, metal acrylics, metal gouache, other type of watercolors, anything that has the metal look. Just avoid the oil colors. Okay, so very important to keep in mind that they have to be water based. Also, important tip for you if you're going to use metal colors is it's really cool to apply them on a very wet surface. This allows for the pigment to travel and to spread in the wet area, and that looks really organic, and it kind of pushes the other colors and then creates kind of a nice colorful contour when it gets dry. So it's something for you to experiment, but it is, I'm telling you, absolutely relaxing and very creative adventure. So take a few experimentations because experimenting is the key, and you will see what could be created with this type of paints. So as you can see, I'm getting here somewhere, and the bottom part is almost fully designed. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you can see that. I really like adding different colors to pebbles. You could see some gradients between red and blue, green and blue, purplish, and all this kind of cool pigments. Again, it's another thing for you to experiment because it's very relaxing. If you are not confident enough, you can try creating it on a separate piece of paper, and then when you feel confident you can add it to your main project. But from my experience, I can tell you that at some point when things are coming together, suddenly you feel this really cool internal push, or even internal joy, because you know that you are doing a right thing. You know that your project is starting to look nice, and it gives you a lot of energy to continue. But in case you feel tired or you feel that you're not doing a good job, it's totally fine. You could totally take a break, because breaks are absolutely crucial. Very important to take breaks, especially when you feel that you are not on the right track. Alright, so I think I will add a little bit more heels on the upper part, just like on my model painting. And for this part, I'm going to use different type of watercolors. These are MUNGYO. I hope I pronounce it correctly. It's a set. Yeah, my set is very old. It's really difficult even to see the name of the set, but no worries. Underneath this video, I'm going to also include link to these watercolors because I love them. They're bright and at the same time quite organic. And the reason I chose to try different set of watercolors is because I want to show you that for this project, any type of paints could be used. You can stick to only one set of paints, or you can totally try different ones, and as long as they are water-based colors, they are all compatible with each other. You can mix gouache with watercolors and acrylics, and you can add inks, whatever you want. And this is really liberating, and it gives you interesting tools. Okay, looks like I'm quite happy with my heels, and now I'm going to use again golden pigment to show you this cool effect that I already mentioned. So make wet the area where you want gold or any other type of metal pigment to appear. Then take relatively a fair amount, good amount of this pigment, and then gently apply it on the wet area and let it bleed. That's it. And don't judge while it's wet. Take a look when it's already dry. It will give you will see a beautiful effect. I hope you will like it. Please meet my assistant Simba. This cat is always involved in any creative process. Okay, I should take this water away from him. Okay, I think it's time to complete my journey with heels and painted pebbles, and then because this video gets really long, there are a lot of things we need to cover here. The clouds creation and working with a hot glue gun, creating pebbles, and then applying gold leaf on it. So let's be productive, okay? And when I can, I will speed up the video like this one, because you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, I love it. It's great. In case I feel like retouching something, I can always do it later. But now let's focus on the clouds. Creating them is very simple. Let me show you how. Let me place on the right side model painting for the reference. So here is how you do it. But keep in mind, this type of artwork is absolutely decorative. It's nothing like reality. So please try to keep it simple, and don't create like a photographic semblance with landscapes or skies. Okay, so have a clean wet brush, not too wet but quite wet, and then just wash out like a circled area, and this is it. Simple, right? Well, not everything needs to be complicated. So when you do that, you will see that you push the pigment and it creates actually contour that adds another interesting effect. I speeded up the video because you know the technique, but a couple of things I wanted to mention. Keep it simple. If you think you want to create more intricate clouds, go for it, but I would suggest to stick to very simple design because it's your first attempt. Once you feel confident, you can always make it more complex. Now, the rounded shapes of the clouds work really well with the pebbles, so it will have the same language, and this will make your work look more organic. Wash your brush regularly, okay, and if it's necessary, you can always absorb the excess of water with a toilet paper or paper towel. And there is no necessity to create too many clouds. Just make a couple, see how it looks, play with different sizes, and you will be just fine. And don't forget to enjoy, because this is the most important ingredient in creative process. I forgot to mention that it is really cool to rotate your paper and to find the most convenient position. Alright, I'm satisfied. I think my clouds look great. Now let's go and create finally these cool pebbles. So tell me, honestly, do you like my pebbles? I personally adore my pebbles, and I like that they are silver and gold, but again, you could use only one metal tone, whatever you like. So first thing first, you need to have a cardboard. It is important to make experimentations first, okay? And once you know what you're doing, you will apply these techniques on your final project. Your first practice is to achieve beautiful shape of pebble and not to leave any leftovers. Okay, it takes some practice, so don't get discouraged if it's not happening from your first attempt. So all you need to do is to make sure that you hold the gun firmly, vertically, and with rounded shapes you create a pebble. Okay, it could be like just a perfect round, or it could be like ellipse. It doesn't matter, but when you go around your shape, you need to stop at the moment when you see that there is no more flow of the material from the nostril of the gun. That means that you only push the gun once, and then you use everything that comes out. I mean the gluing material. I don't know what it's called exactly. So no leftovers, nice pebbles, and try to avoid bubbles. Unfortunately, I couldn't avoid it, but maybe I can play around it. Okay, so practice as much as you need. Alright, my pebbles are dry now. Some of them are just perfect. This one is not, it has some leftovers. And in some cases, when it's all cold already, you can just gently cut with the knife leftovers. Okay, and I see that some of my pebbles have a bubble. So what I'm gonna do, and I haven't done this before, I'm also experimenting, and I really like experimenting, with you. You give me a lot of energy, my amazing students. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna push the bubble in with the opposite side of brush. Something tells me that this might create an interesting effect. Alright, next, I'm going to apply gilding paste on top of the pebbles with a brush. If you have an experience with this, so you know exactly what to do. If you don't, the whole trick is to apply it and wait for about 15 minutes, let it dry, and then it will be perfect for applying a gold leaf. So I'm just adding a generous amount of this paste everywhere inside the bubble and on the outside, but it is important to make sure not to splash it all over the pebble, otherwise gold leaf will also appear outside of the pebble, which we don't want to happen. I personally really like gilding paste by Gedeo, but I know some students have some troubles because unfortunately when they order it online it comes expired. Never happened to me, but I hope it's not your case. If you don't have gilding paste, you can use acrylic varnish and any type of school glue. It will still work. After you're done, please make sure you wash the brush. So I waited about 30 minutes and now I'm ready to apply gold leaf. My first attempt, and yes, I'm going to try different types of gold leaf in case, well, for the presentation, and in case you don't have a specific type that I'm going to use. So this one is an imitation of gold leaf. So I'm taking just a small piece, applying it on the pebble, pressing lightly with a paper towel, making sure that gold leaf stuck everywhere on the top, on the sides, lightly pressing, and then taking excess of the gold leaf with the brush. That's it. Alright, so the first pebble looks really good, nice looking golden pebble. The only thing is I see that I was messing too much and there's some leftovers outside of the pebble, but I was in a hurry to share with you my techniques. Most importantly is that now you know what you are doing. And now let's try different type of gold leaf. This one called Gedeo mirror effect. I really like it. It doesn't leave any mess and it's really, really shiny. Actually, I'm going to apply silver mirror effect. The application is really simple. The shiny side should be on the top, and then you lay it on the area where you want the gold leaf, in this case silver leaf, to appear. Then press lightly with some soft fabrics, or I like using a paper towel. Press lightly against it and then take it out, and voila, here you go. No mess, only beautiful shyness. Now, because I had the bubble, it stayed untouched, so what I'm going to do, I will use the opposite. Well, first I'll try the toilet paper to get in and see if that stuck inside as well. Not really truly, so I'll try the opposite side of brush and we'll see if there is some silver. Yep, I see that silver also is imprinted inside the pebble. Now, it was an accident, as you remember, but I think it totally works. I think it's interesting and it can definitely be part of my final design. So even if you get the bubble, no worries, you can always use it because it looks like an interesting effect. In general, I like converting my errors into advantages. This is my philosophy in creativity. Alright, I'm going to speed it up and I will apply this technique to another pebble. Let's see. I think it's just perfecto, right? I think it's really, really sweet. Now I'm going to try mirror effect, but the gold leaf, and I want to check how gold mirror effect looks together with the silver mirror effect, because I'm still not sure whether I want to have mixed pebbles on my final artwork or just one color. Alright, it's really shiny, it's really sweet. I think it looks like a beautiful decorative element, and as an experiment I want to have silver leaf inside the bubble and the outside should be gold. Let's see how it's going to look. Oh, well, I think it's quite interesting, but the difference is very, very minor, so it's really difficult to see the effect. But again, this is a good opportunity to show that sometimes errors could really lead you to some interesting results. So whenever something goes wrong, it's actually not going wrong, it's just taking another curve. So take to use whatever happens to your advantage. Okay, so far we have really cool 4 golden pebbles. Now I want to see what it's going to look like on a perfect pebble without any bubbles inside, if I apply a gold mirror effect. Let's see. Et voila, this is just perfection. I love it. It's just, I have a little bit, I pressed probably too hard because gold appears also around the pebble, but it doesn't matter. That's why I was insisting that you try it first outside of your main project on a separate cardboard. Okay, and the last type of imitation of gold leaf is a designer leaf. It's called copper something. Copper, let me see. Copper Stardust. It's beautiful, right? Because it has all this really cool ornaments. So let's see what it's going to look like if I apply it on the pebble. Alright, of course it's not perfect application, but it gives you enough ideas what it looks like with this type of imitation of gold leaf, and I think it's really beautiful. Although I'm not going to use this particular one on my design because there is too many colors, too many things going on, so I'm gonna stick to solid silver and gold. That is going to be my final decision. Okay, and just because I have a couple of more pebbles, I'm going to apply more silver just for fun. So we have variety of some cool pebbles, and I hope you learned something new. If not, you mastered existing skills. And now let's go to a final project. And as I see on the model painting, I have gold and silver, and that's exactly what I'm going to repeat on our project. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Okay, now you're all experienced and I don't need to explain what I'm doing, but still let me remind you that each pebble is only one push. Okay, you see what happened? I have this leftovers. I just cheated and I just kind of got it with my finger. Okay, I know unfortunately it is difficult to see what I'm doing because the gun is covering my work, and it's a pity, but I have to hold this gun very vertically. Okay, now another challenging thing is that you have to be quick. Okay, you don't have much time, and you don't well, I'm also speeding up the video, so don't think that in reality I'm that fast. Okay, but you have to think quick. So when you can completing working on one pebble, you need to kind of understand where is the best location for your next one, because if you are going to hold your gun, then you're probably going to get leftovers all over the place, but you have to be very clean. Well, yes, look at my beautiful pebbles. I think they're all perfect. There's only one that has bubbles inside, but whatever, I don't care about it. And here's what is important, and this is very subjective. You don't have to follow my example or this particular suggestion. Yeah, I think I will add one more for balance. I wanted to say that make sure that your pebbles are different sizes and not necessarily all around it, just like mine. Okay, try different shapes and different proportions. And from now you know exactly what I'm going to do. I will apply gilding paste, and again, if you don't have it, no worries, although it's going to be listed under this video. But Any school glue will do the job, or any acrylic varnish will also work. All right. So technically, the gluing material for the glue gun is already sticky. You can try and apply it directly, but when it's still warm, but it's hard to really catch this moment. So I prefer to be safe and to know that no matter when I apply the gold leaf, it's gonna stuck really nicely to the surface of the pebble. Right, it's perfection. Everything is ready for gold leaf and silver leaf application. I'm gonna start with silver mirror effect.
You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hoped for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. Such joy and happiness you bring. Such joy and happiness you bring, like a dream.
Yep, that looks good. Just two more left and wait for application of gold leaf. But I'm really enjoying it and I really love the result already. I can't wait to finish and to get my painting out of the masking tape.
To me.
All right, now gently, I'm taking the upper masking tape and removing it without tearing the paper. Gently, slowly. Oops, I think I'm getting a little bit of paper torn, but that's okay. Well, perfection. I love my work. It looks really great with the frame. What do you guys think? Please leave me comments what you think about my work. I really hope that you like it, but most importantly, I hope that you enjoyed the process and I hope that you learned something new. Yes, of course, my signature. So I'm gonna put Maria from Abissima, or just Maria Abissimo. Don't forget to put your signature to feel like you are a real artist, and you are a real artist. So thank you so much for being here with me. Please join my school. There are paid and free tutorials. check out my other videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you again. And please don't forget to join my Facebook group where you could publish your results and to see what other artists created. All the links are underneath this video, and also don't forget to check out the links leading to these products that I've used. So let's create more and make this world a better and more beautiful place. Happy creating!